Good morning. Hi, it's Becky from powertoolswiththread.com. That's my blog. I thought I'd do a little early morning sewing with you guys. First cup of the day. I have 3. If you're new, thank you for joining me. This format is easier for me to do. It's not a big tutorial, and I don't do a whole lot of editing, so you get to watch me sew a little bit. And so many of you have been so sweet and commented that you sew right along with me in your sewing rooms in the mornings, and that's really nice. It's kind of like sitting across the table from a friend. So today I am working on, Fat Quarter Shop is having a free little sew along. It's called Haunted Halloween. This is the cutting list for it. I'll put I don't have a picture of it because it's I think it's like a mystery quilt, but it's small. It finishes, does it say on this page? It is a mystery, yeah. And it finishes at like 31 by 34. So it's a pretty small, quick little quilt. And this first week has the bat and 5 star blocks. So I finished the bat yesterday. I'll show you. He turned out adorable. Look at this. How cute is that? And this is great because it's a free pattern, and you can certainly order fabrics. I'll link to fabrics you can use below, but I just went into my stash and I have got several fat quarter bundles that would work. I've got Halloween fat quarter bundles. Some of them I haven't even broke into, and I went ahead and grabbed this one, and it's got a bunch of deep oranges. It's got some modern prints in it, like this one. I'll be working with this one today. Here's another modern one, the circles. Isn't that cool? But I also threw in, or maybe it came with it, I can't remember. This is from, what is this called? It's the little stars. So I've got orange stars to work with. There's a couple of ginghams in here. And then just for fun, I threw in a green with some little monsters. I have had this fabric forever. Forever. I thought it would be cute. I think that these skulls and bones, I don't know if they were part of the original fat quarter bundle. It's yardage. I got it with it or whatever. And there's grays and some whites, and then my background fabric I chose is called plaster, and it's a white on white, and it looks great for a Halloween quilt. So now the picture, I was gonna do a blog post on it, and when I had the fabric all cut, I had chosen these candy corns to be the background for the bat. But then I realized there were a lot of like flying geese blocks in the bat. The tips of his wings and the tips of his ears are flying geese blocks. And fabrics that read as a stripe, like that candy corn one did, don't come across well like that, because you end up with candy corns, some going that way, some are up and down, and I thought it would be distracting. So I looked at the picture. What did I just do with the pattern? The pattern uses a all over tossed, can you see that? It's kind of a tossed print. So I thought I need to kind of think about that. And then this bundle did not have a green in it. And I thought, well, I'll find a green. I'm not a fan of that really faded out orange. Looks like sherbet, orange sherbet. So I'm using the deeper oranges on mine. So got the bat done. I've got star blocks to do today. Let's see what we need to do. I got an email from A Quilting Life, Sherry McConnell, and she is doing it. And then there, no, where is the pattern? There it is. Okay. Assemble the star unit. Let's see. Okay, I need a Q to a C. 2 Qs to a C. Making those flying geese. Using that method that I had showed you guys in that video on making perfect star points. And this is that technique where you put the ruler corner to corner. You put the line next to the ruler and you mark the side that is out from underneath the ruler, because that's the short side. So that's the side that will be cut off. Probably need to do that to all of these. I'm signed up for 2 blocks of the month through Fiberworks in McQueenie, Texas. And one of them is a patriotic, and it's going to take quite some time to do it. That quilt won't be ready this year. And then the other one is called a Starry Night. That uses the Wonder Curve ruler. And I bought that Wonder Curve ruler in Plant City, Florida at Inspire Quilting when we were on our trip last year to Key West. I got it to make Dreamy Dan, which is an adorable flamingo. But I've been really intimidated by it. You know, it curves. I can sew curves all day long and to put a sleeve in an arm's eye. But straight line quilting curves, So I'm gonna take the class. And so yesterday, once I signed up for the class, I tore around here looking for that ruler. Because I was like, I know I bought that ruler. I know I did. I found the mini right away. I'll show you. I brought it over here to show you. I got it in a bag now, so I know where it is. It's from So Kinda Wonderful, and it's called a Wonder Curve ruler. This is it here. Okay. And it has different colored lines on it for different size cuts, and then it's got this big curve in it. I haven't taken the paper off the back. And I mean, I know I could watch videos on YouTube, but all of this, yeah. But the Starry Night quilt was enough. I said, okay, it's worth it. So I'm excited about taking that. It starts June 20th. I hope they get enough students. She says there has to be 4, and I was the first one to sign up. So it'll be the 3rd Tuesday of every month. So I'm looking forward to doing that. And then the other one, the patriotic one, boy, it's beautiful. I've always wanted to make one of those. Those blocks are just gorgeous. That should be fun. Not like I don't have enough to do. I made a morning musings video for you guys the other day, and it was all about my tech woes. I'm still going through that. I'm getting how to use the iMac, but I think I'm going to, I'm trying to get my MacBook up and running, and I think I'm going to give the iMac to Keith and just use the MacBook. Go get a monitor. I like to edit on the big monitor. Edit videos on the big monitor. There, okay. I'm all ready for my green monster stars. Did you see what I did here? I have a tablet, and I keep this tablet here just for patterns that are online. Save a tree, save some ink. All right, now that I have all of these marked, let me turn on my iron. Trying to get my stuff together here. It's pretty early, you guys. So sewing flying geese, the point with the mark on it, which is the short side. This white on white's hard to see. That's the side that's going to be cut off. I finished a video yesterday for Grace. Man, that was nice to have that done. Oh. I had one I had to get done earlier this month for Hoop Sisters. They've got a design coming out that's just adorable on the 15th of the month. So that's ready to go. How-to on how to make that. Boy, that one's all wonky. I have to see what I can do about that. It's a precious little vintage butterfly quilt. I think you'll like it. So that's coming out. I have got the video done for that. And then I'm doing another Christmas one for Designs by Juju. And I'll have that video finished by the 25th of this month. I'm working with the guys, the brothers at So Yeah Quilting in Las Vegas to make up kits for that for you guys. So they're working with Riley Blake to make that happen. How exciting is that? So lots of little irons in the fire around here. I'm going to be doing Lone Star University, which happens August 25th and 26th. So I will be doing workshops in that on those dates at All Brands San Antonio as well. It'll be 2 days of the same thing, but that'll be fun. Okay, so now the technique on these flying geese is to maintain the integrity of the base shape, right? So the first one was to sew the shorter side to the outside. That's what we're going to cut off. And then I'm just going to fold this point up and crease it. So when it's folded, it still looks like a rectangle from the back. It's not hanging off wonky. Okay. And now I gotta press it, trim it. Have you guys tried these new Guggenheim shears? Oh man. They are the best scissor I've ever used in my life. And I've used my share. I'm telling you, you guys. One lady put in our Facebook group, her husband and son got her a pair for her Mother's Day, I think it was. Wow, nice. Exceptional quality. I love a good tool, don't you? After you trim, you're still the same shape from the back, you're just two different fabrics. See? That's how you do that. Keith made this contraption to organize his fabrics alphabetically for the Legit Kits Vortex quilt that he's making. He's got this grand idea. He's gonna put like shower rings with clips, and he'll clip the fabrics on this pole with all these. See this? Look how wonky that is. Can you see that? Both sides. That's horrible. That's horrible. My poor monster. It's early. We'll blame it on that. Flying geese before 7. The piece is still too big, even when it's straight. So I told him, I said, those little rings are gonna fall off the ends of those poles. You should put like an L on there. And he says, no, I'm gonna put a golf tee in there. Oh. He thinks so different than I do. I'm gonna get another Riley Blake clapper. I really like that one, but I'm gonna get the short one. I have the long one over there on my ironing station. And it's great for big things. But little stuff like this. So we'll see how that goes with that contraption of his. He's having so much fun with that. He's so funny. His eagle is still on the, it's still on the long arm. I haven't touched it since Lisa left. This wool pressing mat I'm using is one of those hoop press mats from Designs and Machine Embroidery. I thought, what the heck, I'll turn it into a pressing. There's a guild here in my local area, in my county, and I haven't joined it. I should. There was a lady at a local church, and the church was collecting quilts for the surviving families at Uvalde after the school shooting. Horrible thing. She's from a local church, and she comes over to get the quilts. And the strangest thing, she comes over to get the quilt. She didn't know who I was. I was just fine. No big deal. Because she walks in the room and she's like, oh my word, look at this, right? What are you doing? You run a business? I said, no, I'm a YouTuber. She didn't know what that was. So anyway, she's telling me they have this group of ladies that meet each week at the local church, not 3 miles from my house. And they meet each week and they make quilts. They're not a guild, but you know, they're just a church group. And I thought, you know, oh, well, that sounds like something I would really enjoy being a part of. And she says, well, she says, we're really kind of a tight-knit little group. And we're in the middle of some projects, and starting in the middle of something, you'd be lost. And I said, I wanted to go, oh, I get the message. I said, oh, okay. I let it drop. Isn't that something? Can you believe that? Hard enough to keep our passion alive without some biddies pulling that on you. Isn't that something? So much for Christian charity. People are funny. These are those snips from Guggenheim. Nice. I'm glad. I'm glad I didn't cut off that piece. Look at his little, look at that little monster. Isn't he precious? That's adorable. And then after August, I'll be doing Lone Star University with all brands. Again, showing how to do that. That's my shtick, you guys, is showing people how to do that. Using the scan and cut, scanning in a paper pattern, using software to convert it to an embroidery design. And I'll be using BES at all brands. I'm going to keep my PC, and I'm going to be using BES for that, to continue to do videos and stuff using BES for those of you that have it. And then I'll be using the Mac to use Stitch Artist. I don't know. I haven't figured that out. Anyway, but then in September, I think it's the 29th and 30th, I'll be at Mulqueen Sewing Center in Tempe, Arizona, teaching same thing. And if you want to come and you're not local, it's a great little spot. You can call them. They have a hotel nearby with shuttle service. And then that Friday night, the night in between the two classes, we're gonna get together and go to dinner somewhere with anybody who wants to go. So visit with Keith and I. That'll be fun. His brother lives in Tempe. His brother's an architect. He designs parking garages for municipalities. So if you've ever flown into the airport in Phoenix, for one, he designed that building. It's pretty cool. So that's what he does, is parking garages for municipalities and colleges. He did, I think he did a new one for Oklahoma State University. He's got 9 kids. He needed a good job. Yeah, you heard me. Beautiful children. Well, they're all but one are adults now. So, a lot of fun. We were at a wedding for Rebecca, one of the daughters. We were staying at his house, and he had this big Marmaduke looking dog named Scooby. They're Jewish. Mark converted because of his wife. Anyway, so for each wedding, he has made a challah, which is a bread, and they twist it and all this So he got up really early in the morning. This was the day of the wedding, right? He gets up really early in the morning and he makes the challah. He's got it on a big cookie sheet, and he's got cookie sheets all over the kitchen where he has made little mini challahs. And so this dough was sitting out all over on these cookie sheets. There must have been half a dozen cookie sheets all over the kitchen, right? And this bread is rising. And we all had to go take his youngest over to Men's Warehouse and go get his tux for the wedding. So we go over there to Men's Warehouse. We're gone about 45 minutes. We get back, and y'all, there's cookie sheets all over the kitchen, all over, and there's no challah bread to be found. And that dog, Mark was furious. He started carrying on. He threw the dog outside. And he locked the doggy door so the dog couldn't come back in. And y'all, that dog was so sick. Oh, that dog had challah bread coming out both ends for 2 days. Oh my goodness. The big loaf was spared. I guess it was on a counter that the dog couldn't get to, or the back of the stove or something. But the rest of those little challahs were gone. Oh my word, it was so funny. And it was really funny because Mark's ranting and raving and I'm trying not to laugh, and oh, it was just the funniest thing. You know, it's like if I saw it on a sitcom, I'd be just tears rolling down my face. It's funny to this day. It was hilarious. That dog. I don't know why he thought that dog wasn't going to get into that bread dough. Okay, so I've got my flying geese blocks now, right? So when you sew these, you want to sew these on top so that you can see the crossing of the seam line and you hit it. You shouldn't sew blind on these. That was a wedding for the books, you guys. Funny. All right, let's see how we did. Haha. Perfect. Yay. This little monster star is adorable. This is so much fun. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel and give the video a thumbs up on YouTube. I appreciate it. We will talk to you soon. You guys go sew something. Bye.